Hi viewers, heartily welcome to our channel. Today our topic is 15 things you may not know about the world's richest man and his company. 1. Jeff Bezos wants Amazon to be Earth's most customer-centric company. In his testimony to the U.S. Congress, Bezos said that he founded Amazon 26 years ago with the long-term mission of making it Earth's most customer-centric company. 2. The world's richest man in 2020 was an employee at an investment firm in 1994. He started his company with the money that his parents accumulated over their lifetime. It took over 50 meetings back then to get an initial investment of $1 million, and the most common question he faced was, "What's the internet?" But for Jeff Bezos, it was all about making Amazon the best place in the world to fail in the long run. 3. Bezos' mom was almost kicked out of school because she had him at the age of 17. Jeff Bezos' mother's name was Jackie, and she had him when she was a 17-year-old high school student in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Being pregnant in high school was not popular in Albuquerque in 1964. It was difficult for her. When they tried to kick her out of school, my grandfather went to bat for her. After some negotiation, the principal said, "Okay, she can stay and finish high school, but she can't do any extracurricular activities, and she can't have a locker." Bezos said in his testimony, "My grandfather took the deal, and my mother finished high school, though she wasn't allowed to walk across the stage with her classmates to get her diploma." Determined to keep up with her education, she enrolled in night school, picking classes led by professors who would let her bring an infant to class. She would show up with 2 duffel bags, one full of textbooks, and one packed with diapers, bottles, and anything that would keep me interested and quiet for a few minutes. 4. Jeff Bezos' dad came from Cuba at the age of 16 and adopted Bezos when he was 4 years old. Jeff Bezos' dad's name is Miguel. He adopted me when I was 4 years old. He was 16 when he came to the United States from Cuba as part of Operation Pedro Pan, shortly after Castro took over. My dad arrived in America alone. My dad spent 2 weeks at Camp Matacum, a refugee center in Florida. Bezos added, he received a scholarship to college in Albuquerque, which is where he met my mom. You get different gifts in life, and one of my great gifts is my mom and dad. 5. Jeff Bezos has been a garage inventor, made solar cooker from an umbrella and tinfoil, alarms from baking pans, and more. My grandfather was a civil servant and a rancher. He worked on space technology and missile defense systems in the 1950s and 60s for the Atomic Energy Commission, he said. Bezos became a garage inventor by creating automatic gate closer out of cement-filled tires, a solar cooker out of an umbrella and tinfoil, and alarms made from baking pans to entrap my siblings, he added. 6. The idea of Amazon came to Bezos in 1994 when he was working at an investment firm. The concept for Amazon came to me in 1994. The idea of building an online bookstore with millions of titles, something that simply couldn't exist in the physical world, was exciting to me. At the time, I was working at an investment firm in New York City, he said. 7. Bezos' boss at the investment firm thought it was not a good idea for him to start Amazon. Describing his startup thought, Bezos said, "When I told my boss I was leaving, he took me on a long walk in Central Park. After a lot of listening, he finally said, 'You know what, Jeff, I think this is a good idea, but it would be a better idea for somebody who didn't already have a good job.' He convinced me to think about it for 2 days before making a final decision. It was a decision I made with my heart and not my head." 8. Bezos started Amazon because he did not want to regret not participating in the internet race. When I'm 80 and reflecting back, I want to have minimized the number of regrets that I have in my life. And most of our regrets are acts of omission, the things we didn't try, the paths untraveled. Those are the things that haunt us. And I decided that if I didn't at least give it my best shot, I was going to regret not trying to participate in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a big deal, he said. 9. Bezos' parents gave the initial startup capital for Amazon. The initial startup capital for Amazon.com came primarily from my parents, who invested a large fraction of their life savings in something they didn't understand. They weren't making a bet on Amazon or the concept of a bookstore on the internet. They were making a bet on their son. I told them that I thought there was a 70% chance they would lose their investment, and they did it anyway, he said. 10. What is the internet? This is most common question he faced while starting Amazon. It took more than 50 meetings for me to raise $1 million from investors, and over the course of all those meetings, the most common question was, "What's the internet?" said Bezos. 11. Investing in Amazon was a very risky proposition. Amazon's success was anything but preordained. Investing in Amazon early on was a very risky proposition. From our founding through the end of 2001, our business had cumulative losses of nearly $3 billion, and we did not have a profitable quarter until the fourth quarter of that year, he mentioned. 12 experts thought that Amazon was going out of business. Smart analysts predicted Barnes & Noble would steamroll us, and branded us Amazon.toast. In 1999, after we'd been in business for nearly 5 years, Barron's headlined a story about our impending demise. Amazon.bomb, said Bezos. Experts and pundits thought Amazon were going out of business. 13. Smart people with the willingness to take risks helped Bezos and Amazon grow. It took a lot of smart people with a willingness to take a risk with me, and a willingness to stick to our convictions, for Amazon to survive and ultimately to succeed. And it wasn't just those early years. In addition to good luck and great people, we have been able to succeed as a company only because we have continued to take big risks, he mentioned. 14. Amazon Web Services was a risky distraction, but it worked to invent. You have to experiment, and if you know in advance that it's going to work, it's not an experiment. Outsized returns come from betting against conventional wisdom, but conventional wisdom is usually right. A lot of observers characterized Amazon Web Services as a risky distraction when we started. What does selling compute and storage have to do with selling books, they wondered. No one asked for AWS. It turned out the world was ready and hungry for cloud computing but didn't know it yet. We were right about AWS, but the truth is we've also taken plenty of risks that didn't pan out, explained Bezos. 15. Amazon has made billions of dollars of failures. Failure inevitably comes along with invention and risk-taking, which is why we try to make Amazon the best place in the world to fail, Bezos said. Hopefully the topic is useful for you. Please like, comment, share. Don't forget to subscribe and subscribe. Thanks for watching.